This video is brought to you by Squarespace. Last time on Delightful Travelers, we were on the beautiful island of Panglao here in the Philippines. This island felt like home right away, and it had us wondering if we should have booked a longer stay here. In this video, we've settled into our life here in the Philippines, and we thought it was time to escape the beaches and go on a road trip to see more of Bohol.
I'm Anna, and this is Trevor. In this series, we're back in the Philippines exploring more of this amazing country. Make sure to hit subscribe and click the like button so you don't miss a single video. A huge thanks to our channel members and patrons for making these videos possible. Welcome back to Bohol.
I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another video here in the beautiful Philippines. We're still so stoked to be back in this country, and now we're settling in. Today we are taking you on a road trip. It's going to be a lot of fun. Right now we're in our apartment, just getting the day going. Anna's back there doing some work. Well, actually, she's checking over the video. This will make sense in a second. All right, what's happening over here?
I'm just double checking the video. So basically, for those that don't know, Trevor does all the editing, but then after that's done, when we have a video coming out, I need to check it over, make sure there's no errors, that he didn't miss anything. It's usually fine the majority of the time, but it's good just to have a second pair of eyes just to check things over, make sure we're not putting anything weird out there into the world. I don't know if Trevor just said this, maybe I'm being repetitive, but we are actually in Bohol. We're still there, still here. We were here in the last video as well. We showed you around the apartment, so you've already seen the tour. If you haven't done that, go back and watch it. But we're in Panglao. Today we're probably gonna go off of Panglao and explore more of the main part of Bohol. But by the way, I can't remember also all the things I don't know. Did we talk about this in other videos? I don't think we did, but I got new glasses. Do you like them? I'm still kind of on the fence about them. I think I like them, but when I look in the mirror, I'm still like, who is this person? So let me know in the comments. Maybe don't tell me if you don't like them, but if you do like them, leave a comment.
Even better, hit the like button because, well, that just helps get the video out there. Plus it shows her that you like her glasses. While you're at it, subscribe and leave a comment. But yeah, it's great to be finally settled in here. We're really enjoying day-to-day life here in the Philippines. And now, I'm not gonna say we're over the beach, but we're kind of finally ready to go see what else the island here has to offer that's not a beach. Well, here's our ride for the day. It's nice and small, at least. It has been raining though, huh?
It has. Hopefully got it over with so we can have a nice day, although there are some pretty dark clouds out there. Thankfully we're not going to the beach, so I still don't want it to downpour, but it's not a beach day.
It's also our first time ever driving in Asia, Southeast Asia for that matter, so wish us luck.
So some of you guys might be wondering why we didn't rent a scooter. I know to a lot of people it just like seems smaller, seems easier to get around. You can scoot everywhere, But for us, we're just not comfortable with it. We've talked about this in other videos. I feel like every time we kind of get like, not our hopes up, but we start thinking about doing it, someone inevitably wipes out in front of us, and then we're like, nope, never mind. We've seen so many people get in accidents on scooters. So many people.
It's an unbelievable amount of people we've seen get in accidents on scooters. Most of them are tourists. I bet half of them are drunk. So we're just gonna play it safe and go with the car route. But driving here so far, well, it is very different than where we're from in Canada. The biggest thing is people will just pass you and just beep at you. There's lots of horns happening, and they're just letting you know that they're gonna go by. But it's certainly not the way that we're used to driving. You have to watch out for dogs, and chickens, goats, chickens. So the whole barnyard really. So we're on our way to a place called the Chocolate Hills. So Bohol is really known for this spot. It is a tourist attraction. I'm very curious to see it in person. It's like the name, Chocolate Hills. It's about an hour and a half or an hour and 45 minutes driving from where we're at right now to our destination. And once we get there, I think there's some other things we're gonna try to do as well. So yeah, we're excited to show you guys this place.
Before we get any further in the video, we want to say a huge thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this week's video. So as many of you guys will already know, not only do we make YouTube videos, but we also have a web design company.
So as a web designer, years ago I exclusively picked Squarespace to design websites with, mainly because it's really easy to use, it's very intuitive, and at the end of a project I can hand over the keys to my clients. Now, here's the best part. You don't have to be a web designer at all to use Squarespace. They have ready-to-go templates, and it's very simple to use.
Years ago, we built our website, delightfultravelers.com, using Squarespace. We're always adding new blog posts, and we love how simple and straightforward they make it to add and update new content. We can also very easily embed all of our YouTube videos into a separate section on our website. It honestly couldn't be easier.
And they make it incredibly simple to automatically push our blogs and videos to other social media channels. Are you ready to create your own website? Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/delightfultravelers to save 10% off your website or your domain.
And a huge thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this week's video and supporting creators like us.
Well, it was a long drive, but I think it might be worth it. Look at the view, huh?
I know, it's pretty cool. We're not even at the top right now. You kind of come to the top of a hill where there's all sorts of buildings. You get a bit of a view, but then there's an even bigger walk that we'll eventually do.
So if you Google Bohol, this is likely the first thing you're going to find. These chocolate hills, it's basically like a series of rolling mini mountains. Let's call them mini mountains, spread out over an enormous landscape. The whole way we were driving here, well, at least the last half, we could start to see them here and there, but now they're kind of everywhere around us.
So I read there's, I think, between 250 and 300 steps to get to the top of the viewpoint. My legs actually already hurt just from looking at that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah.
Whew, you guys, it is windy up here, but it's a nice breeze. We need that right now. We're almost at the top, a little further to go.
Yeah, there's a little mini platform before you get to the top. But I always forget how out of shape I am until I have to do stairs, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Well,
need to exercise more.
It was like 250 of them, but
yeah, fair enough.
Worth it for the incredible views here, though. I think now you can see that this is the most beautiful view here in Chocolate Hills. Now, a couple things here. Logistics. Let's talk logistics. So our car today, you're probably wondering, it was 2,500 pesos to rent that for the day. That's about 50 Canadian dollars. Seems a little expensive to me. Maybe we could have got it for cheaper, but that was the cost. That's the reality. When you get here, it is 100 pesos per person, so about $2.50 Canadian, $2 US to get into this park. And we had to park about 5 minutes away, and then you get this free shuttle to come up here. Now, here's the thing I just want to be honest about. There's actually, besides the incredible view, which is awesome, there's not much else to do. I thought we'd be able to go to a few different viewpoints, but you can't. So just know that before you come here. If you're coming like us, like 2 hours, just know that you're just going to come up to right where we are now, and that's it. So take that as it is.
I did actually watch a couple of other vlogs before we came here. It seems to be the consensus that if you're already in the area, it's worth coming to, but it's not like your mind's not going to be blown. It is really, really interesting, though. I'm going to say that. There's just not a whole lot up here, so I'd probably go with them. Like, it's maybe not worth the 2-hour drive, although we are going to do a couple other things today. But if you're in the area, it's really cool.
All right, we are now at our next stop, and we're coming over to see these cute little guys. Not just on a card or a picture of them. They're back here in the jungle somewhere. They're called Tarsiers. Now, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it looks like it's pronounced that way when I read it anyway. So we'll find out as we get in. Also, I think you have to be a little bit quiet when you're in there. So I don't know how loud we can talk or what we can say, but we will do our best. All right, I did just ask somebody, and the way you say it is Tarsier. Tarsier. Now, the thing about these little guys is they are very little. It's going to be hard to spot them. They're super, super small. So let's hope I can even find them. Do you see any yet?
Not yet.
All right, we just spotted our first little guy.
Yeah, thankfully there's people here to point them out to you because they're so tiny. This one was sleeping underneath a leaf, so it almost looked like a shadow. She was pointing to it. I was like, where is it? They are small enough to fit in the palm of your hands. I'd say they're probably that big. People, I've heard them call them one of the smallest monkey that exists, but they're not actually monkeys. I looked it up. They are primates, but they're not monkeys. I just can't get over how little and how cute they are. It's unfortunate that they're all asleep. Obviously, I mean, they're nocturnal, so they sleep during the day, but you saw in the picture that they have those huge eyes. It would be great to see that, but they're cute enough in person. It's
Super hot in the woods here as well, or I should say in the jungle, but it's a lot of fun trying to spot these little guys. It's almost like playing Where's Waldo. They're definitely hiding around. I do recommend coming here, but note that there is a lot of mosquitoes around. You are in the jungle, so. Of course, as you're leaving, you get filtered in through the gift shop. There's some very cute things in here. Is this a backpack or
I know.
something?
Look at all the, yeah, you've got the I Love Bohol
So yeah, they're clearly playing up the little guys here. So it's pretty neat, but we got another place to go.
Yeah, let's move on.
All right, we're still on our journey here, a little further down. Look at this, right by a river.
Yeah, we drove, I guess it was another 25-ish minutes, came along. It was a beautiful, beautiful drive along the river. It's a very, very green emerald color.
I know.
Hoping to get some food, but first we're taking a little look at this gorgeous river.
Look how pretty this is, you guys. Look at the color. Look at the color of this river. Anna's back here. What are you doing, Instagram?
Taking some photos. By the way, you should be following us on Instagram. We do occasionally post on our feed, but we also do a lot of stories and stuff.
Yeah, this is neat. It's clearly part of one of the complexes here. Look at the ground. It's like made of like bamboo. And you got the surfboards back there. It's funny, I'm getting wet right now. It rained earlier, but clearly this must be shaded all day, so it just drips. But what a cool little spot. This is not something I'd expect to find in the Philippines. Again, we've been at beaches a lot so far, so this has been a lot of fun.
So the place we're at is called Food and Fables. It's right on the river, really nice view. They seem to have a nice balance of like some local dishes and some Western dishes as well. But while we're waiting for our food to come, we've got a San Miguel light. Very, very hot day, so this is going to be nice and refreshing. One thing we wanted to mention was to thank you guys for all of your amazing recommendations. And our very first video here in the Philippines, back in the Philippines, in Cebu, we asked for your recommendations, and oh my goodness, you guys came through. You left us comments, you sent us emails, you sent us DMs on Instagram and Facebook with loads. Some people like literally wrote like a novel of recommendations, so we want to thank you guys. Obviously, we're not going to be able to do everything. We're only here for 30 days, and we're trying to take things slow, as you guys know. Not go too crazy and do everything. And there's so much to do here in the Philippines. I'm pretty sure you could live your entire life in this country and never run out of things.
We did end up getting some food. Look at these little guys. They look like bread balls or something like that, but it's actually a falafel like covered in little sesame seeds, and I think this is some tahini sauce. Should we try it? Oh yeah. Look at the inside of that. We haven't eaten much today. This is going to do the trick. But we also have some Filipino food coming.
So here is the main attraction. Today we went for a soup. It's called chicken hinalang. Not sure if I'm saying that correctly. It smells amazing. I wish you guys could smell this. So it does have chicken in there. There is some coconut milk, lemongrass, ginger, and some green papaya. Doesn't that sound delicious?
It sounds delicious. It must be hot because there's lots of steam coming off there. Oh, but it looks good.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. I think I've got a good bite here. Yeah, that's really, really good. It's a little bit salty, but I also love the ginger in there. It gives it a little bit of a kick and a whole lot of flavor. The coconut milk's really subtle. I'd say everything else is really subtle. The biggest taste that I get is the ginger, a little bit of lemongrass. This is really good. I like that it's served with rice, so I'm just kind of like, I don't know the proper way to eat it, but I'm just kind of like sticking it in there with all that yummy, yummy broth.
It's one of our favorite things about settling in here in the Philippines is we've been trying all these different Filipino dishes. I know we haven't put all of them on camera, but we have put some. But this is a new one, and we really, really dig it. We're getting really used to this Filipino food now. It's loud behind me. Someone's selling something. It always happens when we turn the camera on, by the way. But I think the moral of the story is now that we're like a few weeks into our month-long stay, like we're kind of settled in, we're enjoying the comforts of the Filipino food and just the landscape and the setting and the Filipino people. So it's been a lot of fun. I'm so glad we rented the car today and we did this journey, whole different side of the Philippines we have never seen before. So amazing here. If you got this far in the video and you don't know who we are, it's Trevor and Nana, delightful travelers. Hit subscribe, leave us a comment, hit the like button. You guys know the drill. It honestly just helps us out. But for now, we're gonna venture home. Oh, we should thank our patrons.
Yes, thank you. A huge thank you, as always, to our patrons and our channel members. You guys go above and beyond, and we love you.
If you ever wondered if it's hard to remember all this at the end, it is. But here we go. We got some motorbikes coming. Look, it's pretty cool. We're just on this little road here. But guys, we're gonna sign off. We'll see you in the next video. We at least have one more video left, possibly two, but I think it's gonna be
probably just one.
We're running out of days, to be honest. So
yeah. Time flies. Time flies when you're having fun.
It really, really does.
All right, guys, that's it.
From Bohol, wishing you delightful travels.
See you soon.